morning, friends, and welcome once again to your channel, Trans India, Real People, Real Emotions. One of the things that has been lacking in the road transport industry is quality and focused education or training. While we have many second and third generation transporters who have joined their family business with a very strong academic background, MBAs, CAs, engineers, and other degree courses. But there is nothing that is absolutely specific to road transport or logistics. When Mahindra Truck and Bus came into the automobile scenario, it wanted to make a mark for itself not just by offering the best products backed by performance guarantees, but they also wanted to bring about a change in the entire ecosystem, a change that was clearly visible and that clearly had an impact on the industry. One such initiative by Mahindra Truck and Bus was the engagement with Indian Institute of Management, the very prestigious IIM-A. Mahindra Truck and Bus started the MPOWER program, riding on the call given by Mr. Anand Mahindra, urging the youngsters to join their Papa Ka business. The first batch of the MPOWER program saw the second and third generation of some of the biggest names in the logistics industry attend the 14-day course at IIM Ahmedabad, not just studying 18 hours a day, but staying at the campus, an atmosphere that is magical. IIM Ahmedabad and Mahindra Truck and Bus crafted a program that touched upon the various aspects of logistics business and trained these students on various aspects of business. Over the years, the popularity of this course grew by leaps and bounds. And even though the course is now down to 7 days, the content is still very valuable and relevant to the current times as well as the future. Like always, we were part of the valedictory ceremony at IIM Ahmedabad for the 18th batch of MPOWER. And along with us were Mr. Jalaj Gupta, Business Head Commercial Vehicles, and other members of the MTB team. We stepped in early to see how the batches were preparing for their presentations, and it was really heartening to see the transporters from different geographies work in tandem and prepare for their presentations to the MTB team and the IIM professors. And stepping into the IIM classroom is always a special feeling. There is something magical getting into the corridors of this campus, which has such an illustrious history. Spearheading the IIM team is a very unassuming and charming personality, a friend, philosopher, and guide to the students, Professor Debjit Roy. He has been in charge of the MPOWER program for many years now, and he has introduced a lot of changes in the program, keeping in sync with the changing time. The valedictory ceremony is indeed a special occasion with the students collecting their certificates. After all, who wouldn't want their name on an IIM Ahmedabad certificate? But before handing over the certificates, Mahindra officials as well as Debjit Roy addressed the students with their pearls of wisdom. But that's coming up after this very short break. You are watching Trans India, Real People, Real Emotions.
For MIT category, and this goes to Truckage Multi Ventures Private Limited, and this goes to Mr. Chetan Lodaya from Navi, Mumbai. Can we please have a huge round of applause for Mr. Chetan?
Your good name, sir?
Chetan Lodaya.
And your company name?
ट्रैकेट मल्टी वेंचर्स प्राइवेट लिमिटेड, ट्रैकेट ट्रांसपोर्ट मार्केट हमारा मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन का नाम है.
ओके, सो व्हाट यू गाइस मेनली डील विथ?
हम लोग लॉजिस्टिक के लिए सोल्यूशन प्रोवाइड करते हैं. हमारी मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन के थ्रू ट्रक ओनर्स को और मैन्युफैक्चरर्स को हम लोग एक प्लेटफॉर्म पर लाकर उनके चैलेंजेस को ईजी करते हैं.
ओके, दैट्स ग्रेट. सो ये अवार्ड हाथ में लेके आपको कैसा फील हो रहा है?
अमेजिंग, बहुत ही मतलब एक्सीलेंट फील हो रहा है। एंड थैंक्स करना चाहूँगा अपने इंडिया 5000 की टीम को कि हमें बेस्ट आईटी अवार्ड कंपनी के लिए उन्होंने सिलेक्ट किया।
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. So, is there any positive changes you think you guys are making in this business community?
डेफिनेटली, क्योंकि लॉजिस्टिक इंडस्ट्रीज़ में बहुत सारे अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड गैप्स है और हमने बहुत सारा रिसर्च करके उनके प्रॉब्लम्स को आइडेंटिफाई किया। एंड रिटर्न लोड फॉर देयर ट्रक, ये हमारा एक कॉन्सेप्ट है। और मैन्युफैक्चरर्स लोगों को राइट टाइम पे राइट व्हीकल मिलना बहुत डिफिकल्ट होता था, तो हम दोनों को मिलाने के लिए ये प्लेटफॉर्म हमने इंटीग्रेट किया हुआ है।
Would you like to thank anyone?
हाँ, मैं मेरी पूरी टीम को थैंक्स करना चाहूँगा। मैं हमारे पेरेंट्स को, हमारी फैमिली को, जो लोग मुझे सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं इस इंडस्ट्री में, जो सभी की तरफ से, जो हमारे एसोसिएशंस हैं, बॉम्बे गुड्स ट्रांसपोर्ट एसोसिएशन, ऑल इंडिया कम्युनिकेशन एसोसिएशन, सबको मैं थैंक यू करना चाहूँगा।
और सबसे स्पेशल थैंक्स करना चाहूँगा श्रीमद राजचंद्र आत्मतत्व रिसर्च सेंटर के फाउंडर श्री प्रेमाचार्य जी का।
Thank you so much, sir. Good to see you here. Thank you so much and all the best for your future.
थैंक यू।
Thank you.
स्कूल बच्चों का दूसरा घर होता है और इस घर का ख्याल रखना एक प्रिंसिपल के लिए आसान नहीं। पढ़ाई के साथ बच्चों का आराम, उनकी सेफ्टी, छोटी से छोटी चीज़ मेरी प्रायोरिटी है। वैसे ही स्कूल बस चुनना भी एक बहुत बड़ा डिसीजन था। पेरेंट्स का पीस ऑफ माइंड, मैनेजमेंट का भरोसा और बजट साथ लिए चलना पड़ता है। इसीलिए कभी कभी फर्म भी बनना पड़ता है। आखिर कोई अपने बच्चों की जिम्मेदारी मुझे दे रहा है तो कोई बजट की। लेकिन इतने सालों में एक चीज़ समझ आई है, अगर सही डिसीजन लें तो सबसे ज़्यादा प्यार भी प्रिंसिपल को ही मिलता है।
चुनिए महिंद्रा क्रूजियर स्कूल बसेस। यह है मजबूत ट्यूबुलर स्ट्रक्चर, एंटी लॉक ब्रेकिंग, एंटी रोल बार, पैराबोलिक सस्पेंशन, IMAX, वाइडर सीट्स और बेस्ट इन क्लास माइलेज के साथ बच्चों के लिए सेफ और बाकी सबके लिए सबसे स्मार्ट चॉइस महिंद्रा क्रूजियर स्कूल बस।
Welcome back to Trans India. Real people, real emotions. We are at IIM Ahmedabad for the valedictory ceremony of the 18th batch of MPOWER, a unique initiative by Mahindra Truck and Bus. Just before the students got their hands on the coveted IIM Ahmedabad certificate, this is what Jalaj Gupta had to say to the students. Some advice and a background into Mahindra Truck and Bus.
Good afternoon, everybody. So I'll not take long. I just have 85 slides. Yeah. So the company was formed in 1945, and as many of you rightly said, it was actually two friends coming together and forming a family business. So Mahindra and Mohammed, and when partition happened, Mr. Mohammed decided to stay back in Pakistan, and I'm told that he was the first finance minister of independent Pakistan, and Mr. Mahindra came here, but the name Mahindra and Mahindra continued. So the legacy goes back to from 1945. The point I just wanted to tell you is that whatever you are thinking that ours is a family run company and we need to make it big, etc., etc. So this group called Mahindra and Mahindra also began as a family business. So sky is the limit, and what is it that the group has achieved in short period of time? The group has a turnover of $20 billion. Roughly translated is 1,50,000 crores a year. That's the turnover of the group. The group is present in more than 100 countries, and the group employs more than 2,60,000 employees. This is Mahindra Group. So what I just wanted to tell you is that a family business which starts as a family business can scale up, and this is still work in progress. We still need to, grow and go ahead. And of course, we are in various sectors, different sectors. There are various companies that the group has, but there is one purpose. The purpose is to drive positive change in the lives of the communities to enable them to rise. At this point of time, I just want to ask all of you one question, and I'm not expecting any answers, but I just want you to reflect and take it back. What is the purpose of your organization? So don't answer me. Just go back and reflect on it. And should you have a purpose? Do you have a purpose? And if there is a purpose, what is the purpose? And one of the constants, I'll not say struggle, but the balancing act that we do is it purpose or is it growth? Are both coming at cost of each other, or are both complementing each other? So these are some questions I just want to leave with all of you. Okay, these are our 10 commitments for ESG. My second tidbit to all of you would be, the first was about purpose. Second tidbit would be that in 10 years from now, perhaps this is going to be the new currency. So whatever little, but my advice to all of you would be, in a small way, start working towards it and maybe documenting it. We have documented it. For example, we have pledged that we would be carbon neutral by 2040. We are already a water positive group, means the water that we consume is less than the water that we give back. 50% of the electrical energy that we will use will come from renewable energy in 2025. So likewise, there are 10 of them. We have put them right up there. So these are our ESG commitment going forward. Coming more closely to the business that we handle, which is Mahindra Truck and Buses. Chart is self-explanatory. I won't elaborate. Our products get manufactured at 2 plants. One is Chakan plant, and second we have a plant in Zahirabad. And then I have also detailed, the locations where our engines are made, which is Igatpuri as well as Zahirabad. Places where we have our mother warehouses, spare parts, which is in Chakan and which is in Zahirabad next to our plants. Then we have FRCs, which is fast response centers. So what we do is, we have created these mini mother warehouses closer to the customer. So I'll just pick up one example. Take Guwahati Northeast. So imagine if a part is needed, the time it will take from Chakan to go to the customer in Arunachal Pradesh. So we have a mini fast response center in Guwahati, from where the part can reach faster to the end customer. So this is our footprints. There are 21 area sales offices that we have. January 2013 was the first product along with Navistar which we launched. So we are relatively babies in the world of commercial vehicles. The group is old, 1945, but truck and bus business is relatively young. We are just 13, 14 years old. I was in two minds, should I talk product or should I not talk product? But then I thought I would. The only key message I want to give over here is that engine, which is the heart of any product. So there are 4 engines that do service on our vehicles. All 4 are made by us. Our R&D is, so I was at XCon before I came here, and there one of the main theme of XCon was Atmanirbhar. And I had some of the media interaction, and I asked them that, can you tell me another company, Indian company, which is the example of Atmanirbhar? We do our own R&D, we make our own engines, we do our own production. Majority of our vendors are based in India. So it's a true example of a Atmanirbhar company. So this is our product range. We have 5 brands, 11 platforms, 100 plus variants, cutting across trucks, ICV, LCV, buses, and 4 engines, 6 type of cabins, and 8 gearboxes. And that's all. I will not talk product anymore. This is our network. So one of the apprehensions which many of the transporters, including some of you, have, that is there enough footprint? What if my vehicle goes off-road somewhere and all? How are we going to support? So about 360 plus customer touch points is what we have. And besides the distributor with which we do the catering and servicing to all the customers. Now to you guys, okay? This is not about Mahindra. So the chart which is in front of you, it tells you the total industry. If you see the last peak of 5.16, it was reached in F19. And thereafter, the market started coming down and COVID, right? But see the growth of the industry in last 3 to 4 years. And it is expected that this particular financial year, the market will be very close to, if not, it will breach the F19 peak, but next year it will definitely breach the F19 peak. So the point I'm just trying to make is, courtesy the various infrastructure investment that government is doing, be it port, be it roads, be it housing, be it bridges, there's huge money which is getting pumped, which is all good news for all of us. For all of you who are in logistics, transportation, construction business, and for somebody like us who are making these trucks or buses and selling it to them. So you guys are in the business at the right time. Broadly, India, we are the number 5 economy today in the world. We are slated to become 5 trillion economy and number 3 in the world. It's going to happen. So you are in the business at the right time. How has been MTBD's performance? Busy chart, very easy to read. Black line is the rate of growth of industry. Green line is the rate of growth of Mahindra Truck and Buses. So this is how we have done this year. It's a public data published by IIM. As you can see, in trucks, in ICV and in buses, we have outpaced the industry growth. In LCV, we have some work cut out to us because we have degrown more than what the industry has degrown. So this is what Mahindra Truck and Bus has done as far as April to November data is concerned. Second was in a Transport Excellence Award, which took a break because of the COVID, and we intend to start it again. It's a all India program which we do, where we facilitate the innovations and the breakthrough in transport industry. That's the second program. The third one is M-Ashray. So I'm not too sure. So I think 2 of the team members, when they were telling their learnings, they talked about it and 3-4 of them also talked about the drivers. So just take a minute and explain. M-Ashray means that if a driver is driving any of the Mahindra vehicle, and in the unfortunate event of the accident happening, and the driver, be it being a fatal accident, the driver will be reimbursed with an insurance amount of 5 lakh rupees, and the 2 kids will be given 50,000 rupees. So that's 6 lakhs rupees. It is irrespective of any vehicle of Mahindra. On every Mahindra Truck and Bus vehicle, M-Ashray, it comes along with that. That's first point. Second point, which is even more attractive, which I'm not too sure how many of you know. Today, if there is a vehicle which is driven by A driver, tomorrow it is driven by B driver, and day after by C driver, it is driver agnostic. This M-Ashray is linked on the vehicle chassis and not on the driver. So it could be any driver who is driving that Mahindra vehicle, the driver is insured. And in case of accident which is non-fatal, there is hospitalization which is covered for the driver. So this is again something that we thought is our small effort, toward the driver community, because many of you talked about the driver community. Now I'll come to the fourth one. So I am father of 2 girls, and maybe that's the reason this fourth initiative is extremely close to my heart, which is called Sarthi Abhiyan. And so Sarthi Abhiyan is nothing but scholarship for girl child of driver. And I think somebody told me, I think you told me, that what she liked about the program is that they don't have even a single Mahindra vehicle, but still they were part of this Empower program. I want to tell you one more thing. Even if you don't have even a single Mahindra vehicle, please send nomination of drivers who are driving any of the competition vehicle. This scholarship program is for any driver's daughter. It need not be Mahindra, it could be any, right? So this is one area where I would see the nominations are still on. All that we need is that the girl child should have, it's an NGO that we deploy who validate and verify the, and I think the girl child should have passed class 10th. Based on that, they become eligible, some questions and all, and then the scholarship is given of 10,000 rupees. We have covered about 8,800 girls up till now, and by end of this year, God willing, we will do 10,000, we will reach 10,000 mark. So this is another area that, we want to move forward. So these are some of the things that we do with this. Thank you very much. But before I leave, there is, since so many of you talked about emotional intelligence, I know this was not prepared. This is my take, Professor, with your permission. So my take on emotional intelligence is, yes, first was IQ, then we discovered EQ, which is even bigger than IQ. And now we believe that how do you address EQ? There is a bigger circle. If you cover that particular circle, EQ will get taken care, and that's called SQ. And what is SQ? Spiritual quotient. So every step that you take inside you or go deeper inside you, I guess in times to come, the way EQ is talked about today, that's another one of our, in 10 years from now, I think in IIMs or in many hallowed universities across the world, this will be one topic which will be up for grabs. So with that, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Also addressing the students was Mr. Sivaramakrishna Challa, Head Customer Care and Spares. And this is what he had to say about MTB.
Onboard Diagnostics too. That is something which is the next level of product which has come in. So what is onboard diagnostics? I know it's very difficult. If some of you have gone through the driver knowledge, it has changed a bit. Those were the days when BS2 drivers used to walk around the truck, check the tires, check whether the fuel has water in it. There were various other things which the driver used to check before jumping in to the truck. Those days have gone. Now most of the drivers would like to drive with like a car. So how do we enable the customers? That was the thought. With that, we brought in IMAX. So the center one is our control room. That is how we look at completely all the trucks. 25 to 30,000 of them. We can see all of them. And that is what will help us guide, support, and also proactively support the customers. There are some codes where all of us will be aware at least 8 hours before the vehicle goes into the breakdown. So what customer can do? Customer can unload the material, then report to the nearest workshop. There are some codes which will take 24 hours. Simple thing like water in the fuel. That will be a code. So don't worry about the code. When it comes, there will be SMS, there will be a detail to you. So just look at it, advise the driver. It will be there on the cluster, but a lot of times drivers don't really understand. So IMAX can be taken on your phone, on an app, and you can look at it. And you can also track, you can look at the health, you can monitor the driver habits, and based on that, you can do the driver training. So there are various things you can do, and that is what will help you improve your efficiency. That is number one. And then
Fluid efficiency.
what is the most critical thing? What is the cost? At least 50% of the cost which goes in is in the fuel. Another 5 is the tires. So fuel efficiency is the most critical thing. And yeah, there are case to case, a minimum of 50% is something fuel, that's where the cost goes. So all our vehicles are designed, looked at it. Our engines are specially designed internally to ensure that the efficiency is there. We do ensure back-to-back trials. We test, we continuously improve our engines to bring in the best efficiency. Standing here, I can confidently say we are the best on fuel efficiency across the range. And wherever there is a need, we are here to support. We can work with you. We have master drivers. We can do back-to-back trials. And that is how we can support. Then, Jalaj has just explained you, we have around 360 outlets. We are working hard. We are trying to reach more near to you. We'll be adding another 70, 80 networks. So how do we work more closely with the customers? Only when we are clear, we are agile, and we can give service guarantee. We would like to support the customer within 48 hours in case if there is a breakdown, especially on this BS6 OBD1, OBD2 across. So that is what the team is completely prepared, and that's the reason why we have parts across all the areas, and we are here to support you on that.
The last address of the day was by the backbone of this course by IIM, Professor Debjit Roy. Debjit has been every student's favorite, and this is what he had to say for the last time to the 18th batch of MPOWER.
We have spoken enough, right? I have spoken enough. So just a quick reflections from all the morning sessions. I think one thing came out very, very nicely is that I think all of you are speaking about data-driven leadership. I think all of you are resonating with how important data is in day-to-day life. Let me give you a bit of background about why I'm so connected with this program also. So I think we have been doing this program for a variety of communities for I think it's the 18th edition in different formats. But if you think about what Mr. Jalaj just said, right, it is all about positive change to the community. And I do a lot of research and teaching in the intersection of technology and society, right? So that's the reason I'm so connected with this, and all my research, whether it is in food or it is in trucking or it is in driver community, is so important. And that's why I think I have this a bit of heart in this particular program, and I really appreciate all what you have put in the last 3 days. If you recollect, I started off in the first day telling that, well, I hope this program will bring a small transformation in the way you do your daily thinking, right? I hope that transformation did happen. At least I'm not sure you remember every little formulas or every little concepts or conceptual frameworks, but I was sure it will tell you that how, when you see a problem in your day-to-day life, I think in your day-to-day life, every day you have a series of case studies, maybe at least 8 to 10 every day you see, right? And every case study is a different kind of a new problem that you're encountering with. I hope that with the last 3 days, what the interactions and all the kind of ideas we kind of shared, I hope it brings a kind of a transformation in the way you take every problem, take a look at the problem, and how you don't jump into solution without taking the right steps. Hopefully that little transformation happened. And I think I'll kind of end off with my whole thought by saying that I always believe that, if you use this paid philosophy, I always say, use this paid philosophy in life. If you use the paid philosophy, you'll also be paid by your customers, right? If you talk about the paid philosophy, what do you think the P stands for? Any guesses? Performance. It's all about performance measure, right? What are you really driving? Are you driving cost? Are you driving speed? Are you driving safety? Are you driving flexibility? What is the measure that you're driving, right? Once you are fixed on the measure, then you go to the A piece. What does the A stands for? Assurance. Any other? Assessment, analysis, right? It's all about analyzing the trade-offs. There's always multiple trade-offs, and you have to understand how does the performance measure and your decision that you take affects the trade-offs, right? You have to analyze trade-offs. But I hope that you understand from this particular program that you're not working in isolation. Every decision you take affects the whole value chain, right? If you recollect, you are one small node, but there are multiple such nodes. You play a very integral role in connecting all the hubs and the stations, right? So what decision you take should also affect in a certain way you are both upstream and downstream. So what does the I stand for? Integration. It's all about integrated analysis, not just about yourself. Every decision you take affects the whole value chain. You play a very critical role in the whole supply chain, and you have to understand that. You're not just a transporter, you're a very critical node in the whole value chain. And if finally the D piece, what are the D piece here? Yeah, it is more of design of the organization structure. Based on the performance measure that you're driving, you have to have the right performance incentives and ensure that all the incentive structure, the org structure is aligned to the performance measure that you started off with. With this, I think I will leave you. I have enough of things shared with you over the last 3 days, but I hope this paid philosophy stays with you because it kind of connects with all the thoughts that we have done in the last 3 days.
We will continue our coverage of MPOWER's 18th batch from IIM Ahmedabad next week as we speak to the students, Jalaj Gupta, and Professor Debjit Roy. See you again next week. You have been watching Trans India, Real People, Real Emotions. Until next week, stay safe and drive safe. Jai Hind.